So I'm looking for some assistance on this Englander pellet stove. It is producing zero heat. Now, when I look at the plate for the model number, there's nothing ticked off. So I don't know if it's a 25 PDVC or a 55 SHP 10L. I don't know. All I do know that it was let's see if I can get this focused in. Yeah, that's pretty good. Get some light out. No, it's manufactured in 0421 and the serial number is 159482. So I don't know if anybody can help me out there with the model number. Just under the hopper. Oops. And I am using a popular brand in Canada for pellet stove. So hardwood pellets. I'm just going to open up the door. So if you look around, the inside, you can see that the igniter hole is clear. The vacuum port is clear, and the inside of the chamber is pretty clean. Can't see anything that would obstruct the fire. Here we have the two plates. This is the plate that goes in the back, and it's all clean. On both sides. And the plate that goes over the burnt pot. That looks pretty good. So I'm just put these back in the machine. So that's the heat exchanger plate, I think, I don't know. And the plate back in the burnt pot. So, put this in that way. Nothing is obscuring the igniter port, which is down here. Port's in. And again, doesn't look as if anything is stopping this. So for the pre-ignition, I'll put some pellets in the corner there by the ignition. So this is going to be a live as happens video. I know there's no time lapse in between, so you're going to have to grin and bear me with this one as we go through the process of igniting this. Some background information. I've got this pellet stove used about 3 months ago, and apparently it was fully working in a house. I'm using this in my shed. My shed is about 24 foot by 16 feet. It's insulated with R12 insulation on the inside with 3/4 inch plywood. So it's pretty well insulated. And on the outside we have the normal solid foam insulation with the siding. So it's insulated, it's dry, and I just can't get this thing to go properly. So it's around 0 degrees Celsius in the shed at the moment, and I'm going to go through the startup process, press the on button, and I'm going to set this for 5.5. So you can hear the startup process. On the control panel it says startup. So time now is 9:34. So as we wait for it to go, we'll just watch the video. As you can see, the bottom auger is moving slowly, putting some pellets out. I think that the startup sequence is supposed to take about 20 minutes. So we'll just keep an eye on the clock. I was in touch with the Canadian technical group for these stoves, and they tell me, they said that the wear plate in the burnt pot is upside down and the baffle is not installed correctly, and that the plate should be set behind the tabs on the burnt pot so the exhaust will not go between the plate and the firewall, shortcutting the heat exchanger. And I think this way it is now is correct, because I've looked at some videos on YouTube and this is the same configuration that they have. I was looking at Morrow 2K9 and his setup was the same as this, and he was getting all kinds of heat out of his machine. So I'm going to send this to England as well to see if they have any suggestions. Seem to get an awful lot of pellets in there at the moment, but we'll see if the self-igniter works, and if not I'll put some solid fuel in there and get it going that way. Looks like I'm getting a battery fault on my camera, so I may have to pause this here after 8 minutes to put a new battery in. Well, as you can see, the flame is going, and that's after about 12 minutes, because we're back onto the changing the battery. So at about 12 minutes, away it goes. So that flame looks pretty good right at the corner of the igniter, and on the control panel we're still in the startup mode, so we have no air coming through the top. And as you can see that the hopper slowly is still churning out pellets. See gradually that the flame is going over the rest of the pellets. Pellets, not pellets. And so this is at the 15-minute point. And on the control panel it still says that we're on the start of the procedure. I must admit that it's the best I've seen the burn pot going. Looks like we have a full fire. The bottom auger still churn out pellets at a slow rate. The control panel now at 18 minutes is showing E2 code. What is an E2 code? Now the blower mold we've just got in. So trying to find out where the E2 code is. Apparently, it says that E2 codes that the unit failed to install correctly, but that's okay to me. If you receive any of these codes first time, to reset unit by pressing the on button once only. So, on button once. Okay, and now it's going to an E0 code. Indicates no error. And now the unit is on heat 5 and blower speed 5. And we are getting heat only on one side of the blower motor. So I'm just going to move this up a little. We're getting heat from here, low heat, and not cold but very cool. I don't know what's going on there. And this looks to me that it's going out. And it's gone back in the startup mode in the control panel. And this is at 23 minutes. Go through another 20 minutes startup, see what happens. Strange is that the blower motors on top is still going, and I thought that they were supposed to kick in after the startup procedure. So it looks like the auger is putting new pellets in. And we'll just see what happens on the sequence. Control panel still in startup, so I guess we have to wait another 7 minutes for the igniter to do its work. I can see a little glow in the corner there. Looks like the igniter is starting to work. You can see it there, I guess. Take that out of it. So that's after about 4-5 minutes going. There's the light going. So the startup sequence seems to work correctly. The blower motors are still going on top. The control panel is still showing the startup procedure for the second go around. healthy flame there around the ignition point. And the auger is still churning out pellets at a slow rate. Get a bit of flash over there in the rusting pot. Symbols on the control panel. That's the sequence finished, because we all get some. Blowers on working. Don't think. We'll wait the 20 minutes, see what happens. So this should be going on about 10 minutes now. Nice healthy looking flame, nice fire by the looks of it, balanced, no smoke. So if you can hear, I'm adjusting the fan speed. That's the fan speed on high. Just put that there. Put some tissue down. That's at 9. This is at 3. I still have concern that on this side it is cooler than this side. So this is at the temperature 5 and the speed at 9. I'm just going to reduce the speed for a little bit to about 6. I'm going to just check the temperature now. We've gone up to about 3 degrees Celsius. It's now about 12 minutes past 10 in the morning, and I'm going to shut this camera off now and come back in about a couple of hours just to see what's going on. So after about 1 hour, the temperature now has gone up to about 8 degrees Celsius. The setting is on 9.9, but I'm still concerned that here we have some heat coming out. Not hot, but some. But over this side it's cold, and I don't know why. Because you'd think it's only come up straight up through a heat exchanger. That glass is hot. That would be the same. So, do you know why it would be hot, warm? I'm not going to say it's hot on one side and cool on this side. I don't know. But I'm going to have to leave this at the moment because I have to go, and now I'm going to start down on the shutdown process. As you can see, the auger is still feeding. Is that the right flame that you would expect for a setting of 9 plus 9? Let me know. Turn down the fan a bit. Anyway, I'm going to start the shutdown process. Just for a, as you can see, I can press my hand down on here and there's no heat. It's cold here. It's just warm here. I'm not touching the door because I know that door is warm. But there's something quirky going on. I don't know where it is. selecting off on the control panel. And the control panel now is showing shutdown, so it's starting the shutdown process. Or I thought that during the shut-off process that the auger would have stopped churning out pellets for the fuel. Oh, there she goes. Gradually closing down. Should be closing down the flame. And yes, the auger had stopped. And that's it. That's the flame out completely.